Actor Saif Ali Khan was stabbed 6 times at his Bandra home on Thursday. 2 of those injuries are deep, one of them near his spine. He was rushed to the Lilavati Hospital where he's been operated upon and he's reportedly out of danger. Now, the Mumbai police have identified a suspect who is known to Saif's house help. He apparently entered the house from the adjacent building after scaling the wall in between. We don't know the full details of this attack yet, but this attack has left the film industry shocked and worried, especially since the industry is facing threats from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Politician Baba Siddiqui was murdered last year, and then megastar Salman Khan has had death threats. His house is now a bulletproof cage. So while the police is leaving no stone unturned to nab the assailant, what we're asking today is, who was behind this attack? Was it just a robbery gone wrong, an insider job, or was it something else? Now, joining me on the News9 Plus show are Major Manik Jolly, Ayub Khan, the actor, and Dr LN Rao, former DCP, Delhi Police. Gentlemen, welcome to the News9 Plus show.
Thank you, Sandeep.
Major Jolly, I want to start by asking you this. 2 attacks and 1 murder, all in one suburb of Mumbai, Bandra. You see a coincidence in all of these cases, or they just seem to be a coincidence that all of them were in Bandra?
Yeah, hi, Sandeep. Thanks for the invite. And yeah, it's a very valid question, actually. When too many things happen in a certain area, you can't really think of it as a coincidence. I would like to say that the celebrities, the Bollywood celebrities, are looked upon by these elements as soft targets.
Right.
And there are 2 aspects to it. One, they do live in a kind of a bubble where they think that they're loved too much and nobody's ever going to hurt them, and the popularity they have. So, you develop a sense of security around yourself. But these things are also a wake-up call. And secondly, the more practical aspect of how security is designed in these places. Generally, all you see is dependence on security firms, or they have personal PSOs who are security personnel. Remember, they are not professionally trained to lay a security setup. Right. They are able to do whatever in their limited couple of meters. And placing a security guard, installing a few, CCTVs, I think and an access control system on lifts and all, I think that's the limit to which it goes. And beyond that, the security audits which happen by the security firms, these guys come, they look inside, everything is working. Nobody's ever thought of thinking how the guy who's supposed to come inside is going to think about it. Typically, in this case, whatever we've heard, it looks so far that the maid had an inside hand. It was an inside job. And, it still could be a chance that the altercation was between the maid and the guy who came to, or it could be a joint robbery plan.
Right.
So hence, technically, they are using a very right word, burglar. The intent was to get inside the house.
Yes.
Whether it was to rob or to steal or to attack, that is still not known. But I would definitely like to say that if so many attacks, and it is so many actually, 3 is a huge number, are happening in an area where these mega celebrities live, somebody needs to bring in professionals to actually audit these places properly. Because, you have to look at this the way anybody who's wanting to enter these celebrities' houses, he knows he's taking on something big.
Yes.
These are not normal criminals.
Right.
They are highly motivated, they have access to tech, they understand security, and they gather intelligence very effectively.
Right.
So to counter them also, you need somebody who understands these things. So
absolutely,
my first suggestion would be a good security audit for all of them.
Yes, a good security audit. And in fact, Major Jolly, I was thinking of that line from one of the James Bond movies that, 1 is happenstance, 2 is coincidence, and 3 is enemy action. And in this case, 3 incidents in the past less than a year, it's of great concern to us. And Ayub Khan now joins us. Ayub, welcome to the News9 Plus show.
Thank you.
You've been part of the industry for several decades. You're a Bandra boy yourself. You spent your entire life there. Tell us how worrying this is for the film industry that you have 3 incidents like this. Baba Siddiqui murdered a few months back, Salman Khan's house under attack, and today this horrible knife attack on Saif Ali Khan. How safe are celebrities really in the heart of Mumbai and in the heart of Bollywood?
I think Bandra being the capital of Bollywood, so I think it is very important that there is a kind of surveillance done by the authorities, because there are celebrities who live around over there, and I think they need extra protection. So I think more patrolling should happen over there, especially at night. And I think this is something that is absolutely horrifying, that someone could so easily enter into a secure home and get so much access into the house. I presume that this could be an inside job. We're still waiting for reports. But
Yes.
yes, absolutely horrifying.
It's absolutely horrifying indeed, and it's not just Bollywood. The city of Mumbai would be very upset with what's going on right now, because if someone like Saif Ali Khan's house could be broken in and he could be attacked in the safety of his living quarters, what does that speak of safety for the rest of the common man? And Dr LN Rao, I want to bring you in on this point, the fact that what Major Jolly has raised and Ayub has spoken of as well, the fact that we are not safe anymore in our dwelling spaces, and you have very highly motivated individuals like this breaking into homes. What really needs to be done for Bandra in particular, given the fact that there have been so many such high-profile attempts at assassination, and of course the murder of Baba Siddiqui just last year?
Yes, Sandeep, this is really a very serious incident which has to be looked into by the police of that area very seriously, because Saif Khan is not only an ordinary person, he's a superstar, liked by all the people of our country. And continuously, third incident in the span of about 2-3 months, it speaks that how the criminals are not having any fear of law in their mind.
Yes.
And particularly when they know that in whose home they are going to enter. Maybe he may be one person or two persons, because that will be known after thorough investigation, when these persons will be arrested, what was their motive, actual motive. But apparently it seems that the motive was a burglary, because he come prepared with his knife, and in any eventuality of any stopping and attack on him, he could definitely do this, and he did it also. Might be Saif Ali Khan might have noticed him, and that's why he attacked on him and injured very seriously. That is one part. But further investigation will reveal what was his motive and how he entered, with whose connivance. There's now the being said that the connivance was made, and whatever these things will be corroborated by the interrogation of that actual person who will be arrested. Now, come to the point of the security of the area.
Yes.
That's very important, because on the past, when there 2-3 very serious incidents, including murder, has happened, and even then the police patrolling, I think so, because I must tell you with my experience that when there is a police patrolling in the area, that criminals not dare to enter in that area, because when they see that there is a lack of police presence and lack of police attention in that area, then only they can dare to enter.
Absolutely, very important point, and that's brought out by Ayub as well, the fact that you need a police presence there. And Ayub, I was reminded of the time back in the 90s when you just made your debut in Bollywood, and the underworld was running riot, and they had, of course, the film industry in their gun sights. There were many attempts made on the lives of celebrities. Some of them got away. Are we looking at a return to those era, the era of the nervous 90s, if you can call it that, when the underworld held sway over Mumbai and Bollywood was in fear of it? Is that fear kind of returning now with these spate of incidents now in the last couple of months?
I don't think that will ever come back, because I think our policing is phenomenal. We have great police officers, we have a great force, and they actively address all issues promptly. I am hoping that although that we have had these 3 incidences where Mr. Baba Siddiqui was killed, Salman Khan's house was shot at, and now this next incident, I think I hope that this will be these will be an aberration rather than the norm. And I'm hoping that because I have great confidence in our policing force, I believe that this will be addressed promptly, swiftly, and effectively.
Right.
But like I said, we all as a society also need to take certain measures to make sure that what kind of people enter premises, what kind of security we have in our societies, who are looking after, who are the agencies that are looking after the security. That also needs to be looked into. What kind of servants are being taken on? What background checks are being done? So as society, we also have a certain amount of responsibility. But like I said, one can never say, one can never be completely sure about all this. You just have to take whatever precautions you can. And I'm hoping that this is just an aberration, and hopefully such incidents will not take place further. I'm hoping.
Absolutely. Yes. But important points there, Ayub, the fact that you said that there are some responsibilities for citizens as well. Manik, I want to ask you this, since you're a security professional, you've done security audits yourself in the army and of course in civilian life. What are the lessons really from these incidents for not just celebrities, but for ordinary people as well who live in housing societies? What should they really do to protect themselves?
I think, Sandeep, one of the biggest lessons that I've seen and I have seen across the country is that security of premises, houses are often left to security companies and the owners.
Right.
And none of them are actually hardcore security professionals. What happens is you have one guard standing outside with a lathi, register, and a pen, and you think it's a Fort Knox. It's not. It's not. It's not secure. Secondly, there has to be a very strong alignment in especially area where such HNIs,
Yes.
celebrities live, between the police and the intelligence agencies. Generally, what happens is on any incident,
Right.
whether it be this or anything else, we both have a very different way of looking at it. On same incident, I would have 10 different points, and all policemen will have different. The alignment has to happen at some point. The sharing
Right.
of information, the joint effort has to go in accordance with the people who are living here, and especially people who are in household. We generally depend on just a simple, and fine, we as regular citizens can afford it, but people who are, let's call it the higher state of society, they have to be very, very sure who they are letting in, who those people are talking to.
Right.
Regular conversations need to happen with your house staff. Who are your relatives? Who are your friends? Who do you talk to? Especially when you are inside, what are you using your phone for? So these are small security measures that are very grassroots level. But as you step up, you see CCTV is a reactive measure.
Right.
CCTV is not going to stop anybody. Later on, you can keep investing. You have to have some proactive measures to ensure that these things don't happen. So, there's a whole mechanism to it. We don't have that much time. But all I can say is that, again, I'll reiterate that there's a need for professionals to do this. Otherwise, all securities are as good as open, actually. That guy with the stick outside and a CCTV is hardly a, deterrent.
Right. Absolutely. Need for professionals as well. But, Dr. Rao, this point that you made earlier about a police presence, of course, that would be required to deter criminals from breaking into, apartment blocks like this. But beyond that, what is it that the citizens can do to keep themselves safe in areas like this? Major Jolly mentioned, of course, screening of your household staff is really important. CCTV cameras also important. But what, in addition to that, should we really do to keep ourselves safe?
Yes, Sandeep, that's a very important point, that because safety saves. First, we have to save ourselves also.
Yes.
Instead of depending fully on police, definitely we have to take some preventive measures, proactive measures to save ourselves, to save our house also. In that case, because nowadays in all affluent societies, affluent people, everybody is having not only one or two domestic servants. There are so many other domestic servants also.
Yes.
And they take it without their verification. Any criminal can enter in their house without verification, because there is a tendency among the residents that if they get it verified from the police, that the servant will run away from there. That tendency should not be there, because verification of household servant, that is very important, because we expose everything. Our whole house is exposed before them, maybe a male or female. And what is their intent, what is there in their mind, we can't assess that. That is very important, that verification of the domestic help, that is more important. And the CCTV, of course, that is only a measure of investigation, find out further after what happened after the incident. But definitely there is a deterrent effect if there is a CCTV camera installed there. Preventive is also definitely there, because criminals will come to know that we will be caught in the CCTV cameras. And sometimes they also don't know that they will be caught, and they do it
Right. Yes, Ayub, you want to make a point?
I was also wondering, like how we have agencies for security.
Yes.
We should also concentrate on having agencies when we need domestic help, whereby proper background checks can be done by those
Yes.
agencies, and they should be recognized by the government, also by the authorities, law enforcing authorities, whereby such incidents can be curtailed to quite an extent. Just having security and CCTV cameras and police will not really solve the problem. I think if there is a concerted effort into organizing this sector, whereby people are organized in such a manner whereby background checks can be done, I think it can be much more safer for a lot of citizens, especially for the elderly, because they are the ones who are prone to such attacks, and
Yes.
they are easy victims. Even in a celebrity's house, there's a possibility that you might have security. But I think for the aged, it's very important that such kind of agencies come up where domestic help is run through an agency, and someone can take some kind of onus for the people.
Yes. I'm going to ask Major Jolly if this is possible, if it's feasible. Do you have agencies like this, Major Jolly, that vet the background of your domestic staff at home?
Yes, there are, but again, the fact is, like in the society I live, there are 700 flats. So it means there are at least 500 maids, 300 drivers. In
Yes.
a single society, there are thousands of people working. Now, these agencies who do that, you can, normal people do not want to pay them to do that much, but obviously that is not an issue with Bollywood celebrities, affordability. Second part is, now this comes to the psychology part of it. You have a maid coming in, which
Yes.
is very nice, very nice to you, very nice, makes great food, takes care of everybody. You do not want to risk getting a negative report. It's a fact. You do
Yes.
not go for a police verification. You do not want any agency checking her out. Even if, like what Sir said, a pretty valid point actually. People do not want to get police verifications done because police might tell you that this is an illegal immigrant. This is not a,
Right.
is even not even a citizen of the country. The willingness is not there. And secondly, in case of HNIs, I think they should not only go one step, but they should go two step of verification where the person has come from background. You have tons of cases where the person
Yes.
who came to house work, a genuine person, but the background comes from a criminal family. 2 years down the line, they commit the crime and everybody vanishes.
Right.
So there are agencies, no doubt about it, but the willingness has to come from the house owners that we want to get this done.
Right.
That is missing.
Yes, that's missing indeed. There are lots of takeaways from what you just said, Major Jolly. But in conclusion, I want to ask Ayub this: how worried is the film industry really, Ayub, today? It's a miracle that Saif got away with that. I mean, his life was saved today. That could have gone either ways, but it's just that he emerged unscathed from that. I mean, he could have really been in a very, very tough situation today. How scared is the industry really after what happened to Saif? I mean, are we talking of enhancing security for film stars? Is there a plan to approach the government, for instance, and ask them to increase the security in all of these areas where you live, in like Bandra, for instance, the heart of Bollywood, as you mentioned? What is the film industry really talking about?
I don't think there's right now much talk happening because this is just so sudden and it's just happened today. But yes, people will be extremely worried and cagey about now, taking on people as their staff.
Yes.
People want to, verify a lot of things. And it is worrying. And like I said, I think we need to, rather than worrying and getting scared, we all need to work together
Yes.
with the with whatever agencies we can organize, with people who are interested, who would be interested in trying to organize this sector and make it more feasible whereby such incidents can be avoided. I think not only the film industry, I think any society whereby there is a question of safety and security is concerned wouldn't mind going that extra mile to make sure that the people walking into your society, because gone are the days when you had buildings of 2 stories and 3 stories
Yes.
and very few residents living. Now you have 20, 30 story buildings with 400-500 flats, and like was said earlier, there are about 500 people coming into work.
Yes.
Need to have some kind of system whereby people can be held accountable. Whether it's the domestic help or the agency or with the authorities, we need to find out the system whereby everybody can plug into the system and feel a little secure.
Right, absolutely. That's the big takeaway there. We need a system that could make us feel secure at the end of the day, as Ayub Khan just mentioned. But of course, our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Saif Ali Khan. It's incredible that he survived that murderous attack on him in his house today, and that's the reason we're talking about this incident and what it means for not just the industry but for the city of Mumbai as well. Thank you very much for joining us, Ayub Khan, Major Jolly, and of course, Dr. Rao.
Just